Professor Lupe Fiasco is back, dropping off his brand new album for us students called Samurai. And if this is anywhere near the level of drill music in Zion that he dropped off last year, then this is definitely about to be one of my favorite albums of the entire year. And if the singles are anything to go off of, this is Lupe in tip-top form. The rumor out there, well, it's pretty much confirmed. I think Lupe confirmed it himself. This is basically a concept album about the idea of if Amy Winehouse was a battle rapper. And this isn't just an idea that he grabbed out of thin air. This definitely has roots in reality. There is a voicemail that came out a few months ago that Amy Winehouse sent to, I think it's a producer of Lupe Fiasco's. And it's Amy Winehouse basically telling him that she keeps coming up with these raps, these battle raps. And she says it herself, this is some Wu-Tang type of ish. And Lupe actually took that voicemail pretty much word for word and turned it into the hook for the title track for the first single called Samurai. So it's a crazy concept, but if anybody can pull it off, it's definitely Lupe. So let's waste no more time. Y'all know the drill. Roll one up, hit that subscribe button, and let's get it.
Very beautifully alliterated, little battle rhymes for you.
So now that I got the chance to listen to that track probably a dozen times now, what I kind of take from it is if he's talking through the perspective of Amy Winehouse, there's a few times where he mentions about like the opera house. I'm assuming that's like the house of hip hop where she sings outside it, but she aspires to be in it. I mean, that's kind of a metaphor for her writing these battle raps and wanting to be accepted, but she's scared because she doesn't think she will be accepted because of what hip hop is and who she is. That's kind of what I take from it. But also there's a few lines in there that tell me like no matter if she's in hip hop or she's not, they have a similarity in the fact that they are artists, and a lot of times they are starving artists, and the thing that connects them is the fact that they have love for the art and they have love and passion for the craft. I could be completely off. I could be completely off base, but that's just how I interpret that track.
Waking up with a song on the heart. To make it clear, I think that we should take it to the
I'm sorry. I know it's not even a bar or anything, but just how he came on the what, that was just fly, bro. It's not even like any intricate shit. That's just dope.
Walked past an old man laying in the park. He was talking to himself, but he was saying something sharp. She found herself drawn to the vibe of his remarks. The resonations called her like blood to a shark. But as she got closer, she felt something dark. Knew she made a mistake, but before she could depart, he reached up and grabbed her, sent the post off the chart. Said everything you do will now be in another art. I got what you gotta.
Damn. So okay, this whole album is gonna have two layers, just breaking down just the typical Lupe lyricism, but also breaking down and trying to figure out how it fits within the lens of this being about or through the perspective of Amy Winehouse. So kind of what I'm taking from this is that she approached waking up with a song on her heart. To make it clear, I think we should take it to the start. Walk past an old man laying in the park. He was talking to himself, but he was saying something sharp. That draws an image in my head of she heard somebody rapping out there. He was just rapping to himself or kind of mumbling lyrics or whatever, and she kind of approached him. But then he says she got closer, she felt something dark, knew she made a mistake, but before she could depart, he reached up and grabbed her, sent her pulse off the charts, said everything you do will now be in another art. So again, that kind of ties into how she wants to be in hip hop, but I don't know who's this man she's talking about, and why did he grab her? I don't know if he means literally grabbed her or like caught her attention. I don't know. Let's see how it plays out. What's she saying in the hook? I know it's called mumble rap. I don't know if he's doing the kind of mumble shit in the hook on purpose. Yeah, he definitely do that on purpose.
Definition of possession, the state of being completely be under the influence of an idea or emotion. Broken open to let the ghost in and go Gagosian with extra low end. Now let's return to the scene.
This cadence, bro. This cadence. It's reminding me of a few things right now. Soaking. That kind of reminds me of Kendrick. Over the devotion, got the ocean, and down on the cold bench, and the ocean. It's the Mask Off remix with Kendrick. Then that cadence reminded me of some other things too, but definitely unique.
From Earth, or maybe from not. Maybe she just received a curse, or maybe the plot. Maybe there's something like a birth,
dog.
Maybe adopt, or maybe not a baby at all. Is that
the switches of the cadence too? Because now he's like, it's almost like double time shit. I forgot dude's name. Y'all might have seen him, Mabuzi or some shit on YouTube. He be breaking down bars and cadences like to a science, like 4 and 3 note, like pop pop pop. He be sitting there doing that shit. Genius, bro, fucking genius. If y'all want somebody to like intricately break down like cadences and shit like that, go check him out. Stay subscribed over here too, cause y'all just fuck with me. But go check him out too. But this shit, man, like I just gotta run that back because that damn cadence switch is just off the charts, bro. To do that shit, like transition from one to the other fucking seamlessly.
That's from Earth, or maybe from not. Maybe she just received a curse, or maybe the plot. Maybe there's something like a birth, or maybe a adopt, or maybe not a baby at all, as that falls into realms of being intimate. But this feels more significant and definitely changed in this design. Because every time she went to chat, her mouth begat a rhyme. Now I got what you
okay, yeah. So it sounds like it's like she's being possessed somehow by something. Again, at the beginning of this verse, he says the definition of possession, the state of being completely under the influence of an idea or emotion, broke open to let the ghost in and go Gagosian with the extra low end. Like, first of all, like I said, cadence, just internal rhymes, absolutely nuts. But then at the end, he said she really felt the difference in the facts speaking had definitely changed in the design because every time she went to chat, her mouth begat a rhyme. So now it sounds like she's possessed by whoever this being is. And now she's turning into a rapper. You know what I mean? She used to maybe write songs, is how I'm taking it to relate to Amy Winehouse. But now something's came over her to now she's writing these battle raps now. She's turned into a whole ass rapper now.
Everything's a verse and everything's a line.
Yeah.
A lyrical non-stop onslaught, a rhyme.
Yeah.
A hardcore roughneck bomb drop divine. Sound that is found when the tom tops combine with the bass and the snare and the kick. They fill you with a feeling that just make you wanna spit. Rap a couple bars, move your arms.
I love this, man. This. I love this. Like he's getting super like intricate to like all the intricacies of rap, of rhyming, lyrical onslaught of rhymes, the hardcore roughneck, bomb drop divine, sound that is found when the tom tops combine with the bass and the snare and the kick. Like, man, the images that he's painting, bro, and I'm not telling y'all anything new. If you've been rocking with Lupe for as long as I have, y'all know this is just a typical Tuesday for him, you know what I mean?
Rap a couple bars, move your arms like this. Your hand is a gun and your arm is a clip. Let her rip, don't get hit by the split second. Smith & Wesson lips full of hollow tips. Please tell the best on your list that is death with a kiss. And they gotta swallow fire if they trying to follow this. With a style similar to round around, looking for an arrest to resist. Ain't no rest for the whip, no recess for the
Yo, I love that. With a, oh my God. Rap a couple bars with my arms like this. Your hand is a gun and your arm is a clip. Let it rip. Don't get hit with the split second Smith & West lips full of hollow tips. Please tell the best on your lips. That is death with a kiss. And they gotta swallow fire if they trying to follow this. With a style similar to riding round looking for an arrest to resist. Like, who the fuck, bro? I'm just looking for a problem, bro. I'm riding around looking for an arrest to resist. I'm just looking for smoke, looking for problems, bro.
With a style similar to round around, looking for an arrest to resist. Ain't no rest for the wit, no recess for the gift. It's like I don't do it for the check or the chip. I protect and predict what the next going to flip. I address, then I rip, get respect, then I dip. I don't live in the past, I finesse and forget.
Woo! I don't finesse, don't live in the past, I finesse and forgive. Oh my God. Man, the last couple bars of that third verse too, man. Ain't no rest for the wit, no recess for the gift, no recess for the gift. Like, it don't take a break. Like, this gift is just permanently on. It's like I don't do it for the check or the chips. I protect and predict with the next going to flip. So in terms of battle rapping, like, I predict your next move, what you're about to say. I mean, y'all have seen 8 Mile and shit. Even if you haven't seen, like, actual battle rap, you've at least seen 8 Mile, you know? The B-rapper shit. I'm going to say the shit that I know you're going to say to me, and I'm going to take the sting out of it. I address, then I rip. Get respect, then I dip. I don't live in the past. I finesse and forgive. This hook dope, even though I don't know what he's saying. But that's mumble rap. I won many things I've done, but this one here, this one takes the K.
Occupation is populating the conference with conversation, no astonishment, consuming the comments and then vomiting up the Vonnegut. Ominous as a monster is.
This is one I'm still breaking down, bro. There's so many people like in my comments or that I just talked to, and they're just like, "Dawg, this one's easy. This was an easy one to break down, bro. You don't know what he's talking about, bro. If you're one of those people, from the bottom of my heart, fuck you, because this is not some elementary type shit that you just get right away, bro. I guarantee I'm gonna be breaking this down for the next 5 years. I'm gonna be catching bars from this shit, guaranteed.
We've been talented all along. Think we're fortresses made of stone. We're just palaces made out of flesh and bone.
Wow.
Waiting for our time to shine, to come home.
Wow. This hook, man, we've been talented all too long. Like, that's never been the problem. We've always been talented. We think we're fortresses made of stone. Like, we think we're bulletproof. You know what I mean? Nothing can get to us. Nothing can affect us. But we're just palaces made out of flesh and bone. Like, we're just, we're all our own different palaces in different ways. But at the end of the day, just made out of flesh and bone. We're not made out of stone. You know what I mean? Like, shit's gonna hurt us. Waiting for our time to shine, to come on home. Just basically talking about death and shit. Real deep. And I was right just hearing the beat. I thought this was gonna be on some darker, some deeper type shit. And that's definitely sounding like what we're trending towards. And already it sounds like it's some, a lot of people don't like this album from Lupe, but it's one of my favorites. This sounds like it could be on the Lasers album from Lupe when he dropped, 2010, something like that. A lot of people's least favorite Lupe album, but honestly, it's one of my favorites, bro. So if this is anything like any of those tracks, I'm here for it.
I'm freestyling the record in advance. Can you please reinforce all my borders and bands? I should have put it towards some plans. Want a forest, gotta water some plants.
Right.
Normally ignoring the branch is par for the course, but when you hold a culture, you can't.
Wow.
Parkour over a part, you gotta march forth over your art. And for your fans, listen your tales, Philly shell, don't orbit a dance.
Damn.
You hit a bell, then report to the band and do whatever that the chorus commands. And for the grand,
wow, bro. So this is really just speaking to the artist struggle and maybe definitely dealing with like fans and backlash and just criticism from fans. But also maybe it sounds like he's talking to the labels and shit too. And again, it goes without saying, the internal rhymes, the cadence, the rhyme schemes and shit, off the charts, bro. I know this is, when I repeat some of these songs that I'm hearing for the first time, they're gonna grow on me even more. Especially the more I understand them and shit. But normally ignoring the branch is par for the course. But when you hold the culture, you can't. So I don't know if he's talking about Amy Winehouse holding the culture. Maybe he's talking about UK culture or something like that. But also he might be talking to Amy, talking about if you want to be involved in this culture, that's a lot to take on your shoulders. Normally ignoring the branch is par for the course. But when you hold the culture, you can't. You can't just ignore that branch. Can't parkour over a part. You got to march forth over your art for your fans. You can't ignore it. You can't parkour. You can't flip over that shit. You gotta march forth for your art and for your fans. For your fans, you gotta stand on the art that you created.
Lord, please bless my mansion of cards. If ever challenged, let us camp in the car. Or hang a hammock from a branch in the park. A planet made of uninhabited parts. Being anonymous don't grant you some dark. Even astronomers keep a camera on Mars.
Jesus Christ, Lupe.
Satellites attract.
Is this man the Haktua girl? Cause this motherfucker is spitting on this thing, bro. Yo, I don't know why I'm surprised. This is just par for the course for Lupe. But to consistently do this, like, you gotta slip up a little bit at some time, bro. It's gotta happen sometime. Lord, please bless my mansion of cards. So they say, house of cards, my mansion of cards. I built up this enormous empire, but it's on cards. It doesn't have a solid foundation. If ever challenged, let us camp in the car or hang a hammock from a branch in the park. Like saying, like, if anybody ever challenges this mansion of cards that I created and wipes it down or whatever, at least let's camp in the car, or let's make the most out of whatever happens if that shit does get challenged. You know what I mean? At least we'll still have that. At least we'll still have each other. We'll have family, whatever it may be. A planet made of uninhabitable parts. And maybe that's just talking about just being a misfit. Being anonymous don't grant you some dark. So just shutting yourself away from the world, that doesn't bring you out of the darkness magically. You know what I mean? You're just gonna be dark and alone now.
Fireworks are not a match for a star, and fire hurts, burns, blackens, and scars. Damn. Can still emerge, learned, attractive, and charred from out the ashes of galactic barrage.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it gets savage where they traffic mirage. It ain't no magic day in back of its secret hatches and frauds. You gotta take it back to the start. You gotta tap and learn to rap from the heart. Yeah.
Man.
All alone.
So again, I think he's really just talking about this stuff, in the chorus, talking about being made of stone, not letting a lot in, not letting a lot affect you. But here at the end of this verse, he's saying, and fire hurts, burns, blackens, and scars. Like, it does hurt. It does fuck us up. Like, this stuff, as much as we can act like it doesn't affect us, it really does. And it leaves burns, and it hurts, and it leaves scars. And he's saying we can still emerge from that learned, attractive, and sharp. We can get hit by all that stuff. We can come out better on the other side of it. From out the ashes of galactic barrage, like trauma, basically, is how I take that. It gets savage where the traffic mirage. It ain't no magic, they in back of it. Secret hatches and frauds. So maybe that's going back to the label and shit. You got to take it back to the start. You got to tap and learn to rap from the heart. You can't be out here rapping for the labels, for money, for notoriety. You got to do that shit for the art, for the culture, for the love of it.
Lord, please bless my palace of bones. My soul call my skeleton home. It's on the phone.
My soul call my skeleton home.
Made a pack, nigga, I'm going back home. Yeah. Pack my bag, stagger back to the zone. With a bag full of daggers I've thrown. I'm like my own masochist, slash my wrist with a poem. And when I'm gone, don't tamper with or sample my songs unless you strong. Bicep emojis in the group chat. 5 sets of burpees, don't disturb me if the booth black.
Dog, the end of that shit? What the fuck? I'm not gonna do it now, but there's so much to comb through in that last verse, bro. I know that was definitely through the perspective of Amy. The one verse I really gotta call some attention to is I'm like my own masochist, slash my wrist with a poem, and when I'm gone, don't tamper with or sample my songs unless you strong. Don't fuck with my art unless you can do it justice. And Lupe is absolutely doing Amy justice, making Amy proud with this shit. Man, that track was beautiful.
All that I want is a little bit of.
Oh yeah, me too.
And they said, way of the warrior, wade in the waters of water for crystal clear lyrical smears, pisses the ears like Mike's pointed at monitors. Receive a fever like a thermometer. We burning, we'll turn it back like thermostats, burning like Mississippi and furnaces and thermoses and gas. Right after brats, right after that, we be coolin', jump back in the poolin'. Just a samurai, how I
man's stupid.
Try to run in my shoes, gotta throw your Pumas to Pluto. Karate and those Hirachis, only Sukas get that judo. How far your soul go, it's so far, it's so or a solo, it's no.
Yeah, so I don't know what it's called. I'm not good with the staccatos and arpeggios and all the other flying type Pokemon and shit. But what Lupe's doing, the damn like syncopation maybe with the drums, like his flow is like almost the same as the drums and shit. Somebody that's smarter in music theory and shit, let me know exactly what it's called and shit, but definitely impressive.
How far your soul go, it's so far, it's soul or a solo, it's no show and anti and social. Turn Gary to Gold Coast will go post some soldier the toll roads a toll, bro. I'm number one. Put the go in the go hunter, go in the Voltron. I'm the number one headband wearer. Walking like I talk it, never false it like Farrah. Headphones on the train, head banging to the
Farrah Fawcett.
Put it in your range, let it wang like Farrah. To bring it back to the flesh, just flip it over, put it back in the deck. I'ma be the one.
It's not fair. It's really not fair. Uh-oh. This next one called Bigfoot. So that means Lupe Fiasco dissing Meg Thee Stallion. Let's go.
The color the stage, rage covering from begun number to number fades, made comforting out of cumbersome. Lips lift water and bottle on up to them. Front row, the only row. The show sold nothing, then second thoughts spell intimacy as a plus. Plus energy conducts if I truly put my all in. You don't know.
Nice. So I'm really struggling to understand exactly what he's talking about. This really sounds like just kind of inner monologue of an artist getting ready to maybe specifically do like a live show or something like that. The chorus makes me think that a little bit more. You don't know. Concert creation, step 1, 2. So maybe talking about just the live performance aspect of being a battle rapper. Let's listen on.
Is it a safe space to make mates all at once or in installments? Is it a base rate to value their involvement? Is it evolving? Is there a standard to differentiate between the offerings? Or am I just church steps to an orphan and I take whatever they tossing? Or be more like Andre Dawson when they obfuscate the losses, gloss over the cautions.
Obfuscate? Obfuscate? Who's using the word obfuscate, bro? The fuck does that even mean? Obfuscate, Lupe? Define obfuscate. Obfuscate. Render obscure, unclear, or unintelligible. So what do you say about that shit? This second verse definitely makes me think that he's talking about the live aspect of performing. Because he's saying about, what does a break take? When does it take place? Is it a safe space to meet mates all at once or installments? Is it a base rate? Devaluing their involvement? Is it evolving? Is there a standard to differentiate between the offerings? So in that, he's kind of talking about the splits, how we split up the money and shit like that. But obfuscate though? Obfuscate. Or am I a church steps to an orphan and I take whatever they tossing? Or I'd be like Andre Dawson when they obfuscate the losses. Who the hell is Andre Dawson, bro? Let me know who Andre Dawson is and how that all ties in and shit. But obfuscate though? Obfuscate.
Gloss over the cautions, overlook the awful and emphasize the gains, and they underplay the pain.
Right.
But I never signed up to be a lawyer, I just came to spread the joy of when you sang.
What do you say? Overlook the awful and emphasize the gains, and they underplay the pain. Emphasize the gains, you know what I mean? Like they're gonna maximize their money and shit. Overlook the awful, and then they underplay the pain. The pain that the label or whoever might have a big role in causing. You know what I mean? But as long as they're making money, they don't care about much else.
But I never signed up to be a lawyer. I just came to spread the joy of when you sang. But that'd be the same thing that'd destroy you if you don't look over like a voyeur with extra OCD and paranoia. Every single piece in part.
Facts.
A piece for hearts to rest, or rest in peace. And normally these things that you would keep inside your head, but you realize you were singing this instead.
Wow. The end of that verse too, bro. These verses are consistently just masterpieces, bro, from beginning to end. But I never signed up to be a lawyer. I just came to spread the joy of when you sing. Like, I don't want to deal with all the business side of the music business. I just want to sing. I'm just good at singing. I just want to use my talents. But that'd be the same thing that destroy you if you don't look over it like a voyeur. I think a voyeur is someone who participates in like public sex, I think, something like that, with extra OCD and paranoia every single piece and part. Like, that's the business side of the shit. That's what's going to destroy you if you're ignorant to it. So if you're not looking over and being extra OCD and paranoid about every single piece and part, that's the shit that's going to destroy you.
Post-battle love, daps and hugs, raps can plug up holes in less than holistic souls. Dove off a nudge and throwed off from shoves. However, one got from above to below, or kicking and screaming and drugs to the show. Mixed with chocolate, chips and chopped up chicken and delicious droplets of mild sauce. That's a wild cost to risk over an opinion. I'll give you a little privacy to mull over your decision.
Okay.
Wait for me outside.
Okay, before the hook rolls around, this I mean, he directly says it. Post battle love, daps and hugs. Raps can plug up holes unless they're holistic souls. Dove off a nudge. Not sure he means by the second part, but he's just talking about after a rap battle. You know what I mean? He's just talking about the shit that they went through, collecting his money. You had to put up with your share of the taunting, plus 1,000 allowance payments. I'll be patient. Be tasting like money in my pocket, mixed with chocolate chips and chopped up chicken and the delicious droplets of mild sauce. To me, that kind of goes back to one of the first songs, Cake, when he's talking about, this one takes the cake. You know what I mean? He's kind of making that food metaphor with that as well. The lyricism and the visuals always top tier with Lupe.
Me outside. Put 'em on hold.
I love that.
I'll be there in a minute. On the surface separates, but in the back of my mind they go together like a necklace. It's like the whack of the rhyme, the more I'm drawn like a Tex Avery baby, to think maybe the genius in it is that it's not really good. Maybe it could be. Would he have only suggesting X and Y and...
Hold up. I might run this whole verse back because I'm only starting to take in what he's saying about his set list on the surface separates, but in the back of my mind they go together like a necklace. So it sounds like to me that he's putting together a set list for a show, and then a little later he's talking about the whack and the rhyme. The more I'm drawn to it, like a Tex Avery baby. Not sure what he means there. But then he says to think maybe the genius in it is that it's not really good, but maybe it could be. So maybe that says to me where he's kind of taking that verse like a challenge where, yeah, it's not good, but I'm gonna fix it and I'm gonna make it into an incredible verse and shit.
Didn't forget about you. That conversation just went longer than I expected. Erecting all kinds of structures to flesh it.
Okay.
Sometimes we send mixed messages like dyslexic texts and get socially indebted via manners to carry on long after what's needed got completed. We're trying to leave, gets competed and repeated until your point is clear or you're joining spears. Sometimes it happens when you're rambling about how your raps is better than theirs, huh? Wait for me outside.
That's so cold. He said so much in that third verse.
Wait for me outside.
He says so much in that third verse, and ironically, like he says, he takes such a simple thing, where basically all he said in that third verse was, "My bad, it took longer than expected. We got to rambling about raps and shit. You know how it is." But he took that and made it into 8 bars. You know what I mean? About you know how it is. You send a mixed messages like dyslexic texts, socially embedded via manners to carry on long after what's needed got completed, while trying to leave gets completed and repeated until your point is clear. Like how he fleshes out such a simple thing is just incredible, bro. I can't put it over enough. The more that I think about it, this album is kind of chronological too, with Outside being the end of like a night of battle rapping and shit. The next time I go through and I listen to this song or this entire album all the way through, I'm definitely going to keep in mind of the chronologicality, the chronologicness I'm gonna pay attention to the fact that this is supposed to be chronological too.
And meditate on the upsides of a yes. P.S. I destroyed everything you tried to protect. 8 o'clock means it's left behind like it died on the trek. Push these pies in the necks and try to swallow dry what you tried to reflect. All of that pride, thumb slide to refresh. Yes, yes.
I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. I don't know what the hell he's talking about with this shit, bro. I thought I was doing good with the last 7 tracks. I was keeping up, but this might be the first one that got me, bro. I don't know what the hell this man's talking about.
What if we were dancers, yeah, and we didn't have any answers, no. Yes, yes, yes. The life gave us things. It don't really take much to do what needs to be done. We could be, you know what I'm saying, the songs need to be sung. You and me.
I don't know if I love the hook.
These brushes go hard in the paint, so we two don't bend like arms and restraints. I wanna learn how to farm,
brushes hard in the paint.
I'd rather move to another planet. I try and pin grace like Ken Shamrock, but it spits in my face like basically a mouth roll, mouse hole in a.
Pen. Is he Pancrase or Pancrase? Is a form of martial arts. I think it's Ken Shamrock that invented that. What he's saying, I try to pen grace the pen like Ken Shamrock, Pancrase. Little wordplay. I know it's been wordplay all up and down this track, but that's the first one that I've really understood like that.
From which they say he lazily blew horns like Lapis Lazuli on a cow skull. But when things got stunning, he hit the ground running like outsoles. Now how about those outros? And those apocalyptic visions, bowls of rice with chopsticks in them vertically sitting. Thomas over the door with the frying pan of war. Jerry very perturbed like you gotta be kidding me. What if I knew the words?
Oh, what the hell are you talking about, bro?
Who has the black classic mama? Dad was the black man Soyama. Karate stands, put hands on the Brahma. Do not cook. I remember the boiling pot from which the rock took. And you can either put it down or shot put. That's why I scrape the ground like.
He's saying, I could be completely off base. This could be just me being a wrestling nerd, but karate stance, put hands on the Brahma bowl, put hands on the bowl. Do not cook. I remember the boiling pot from which the rock took. I could smell what the rock is cooking, and have boiling pot, maybe that kind of. But I would think I was reaching on that shit if you wouldn't have said the Brahma, the line before that shit. So tell me if I'm reaching, but I'm pretty sure he's talking about Dwayne Johnson, the Rock, the wrestler, and y'all know how I am with wrestling bars.
Like I remember the boiling pot from which the rock took. And you can either put it down or shot put. That's why I scraped the ground like an ox foot before the charges. I was Bill of Rights and
before the charges.
Before it all started. But you can't harvest before the hard shit.
Hold up. Going off of the Brahma bullshit. Remember the boiling pot from which the rock took. You can either put it down or shot put. That's why I scraped the ground like an ox foot, before the charges. So, bull, ox, whatever, they be scraping the ground before they charge. But before the charges, talking about like the law charges.
Yes, we will go far, smelling like sage smoke, even with those wild stallions way behind our stagecoach. It will behoove you to action Dr. Who's while salute to the game that you
stallion
used to.
stagecoach.
What if we were dancers, and we didn't have any answers, no.
Now, if we're comparing this to drill music in Zion, which you probably shouldn't do, but it's hard not to. I didn't love this one as much as I did drill music in Zion off first listen. Does that mean this album was trash or it was way worse than drill music in Zion? No. Partially what it means is I'm dumb as hell and I don't understand a lot of what he was talking about on the album. But that's Lupe. You're not going to understand everything off first listen. I didn't understand everything from drill music in Zion on first listen either. But where the real difference was this was way more of a concept album than drill music in Zion was. And as far as sticking to the concept, I feel like on second listen, I feel like I need to keep in mind that it's supposed to be chronological as well. So that's kind of gonna add to it. I think he told a great story about how Amy Winehouse was, just aspiring. She was kind of window shopping into hip hop and wanting to be accepted and shit like that, and knowing it's a true story. I love the whole lore behind it, and I really do think it was executed well. But off first listen, it's never gonna hit you as much as it maybe should, because Lupe is just so complex. So let me get back to y'all in a couple months, maybe at the end of the year. Maybe you'll see this album pop up on my end of the year list, because it's supposed to age well. You know what I mean? And knowing Lupe, this album definitely will. This some too dope on the dope scale. I appreciate y'all stopping by and kicking it with me today. If you fuck with the video that you just watched, consider hitting that subscribe button down below. Check out another video I covered popping up right here. And remember, if it's not too dope, then it's probably mids.